came here to talk to this Lala because we're trying to see some Aether bomb thing. I don't know what it was. It was Aether something. I don't know what Aether thing it was though. Did I talk to everyone already? Time and time and again, it seems that the Allagans something or the other are either cause or the solution to our problems. It's almost like the Allagans knew something. The Allagans probably knew something. They're ancient beings too, aren't they? They're pretty old. To think the self-same materials that once launched Dalamud would now be used to help ferry mankind to the moon. There's a poetry in that. Maybe the Allagans have some connection to this and they knew something. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allagan defense mechanisms are no match for our allies. At this rate, some of them might soon have accomplishments to their names as a certain warrior of light. You think? Oh. Estinian? Considering how much of a fuss he made at that time, I don't see why he takes every opportunity to bring it up. It was just firewood. Urianger? What serendipitous irony that remembrance of Cement Umbral calamity would become the keys to mankind's salvation. Never more certain have I been the master Louis saw watched over us from the ethereal sea. First the telephone, and now the final days. No one can accuse the Ilzabad contingent of backing down from a challenge. Of course, they weren't also committed to the cause when we first set out. But after seeing what the example set by you, Alphanot and the others, the change is palpable. They couldn't help but believe. The Bahamut is long gone, the intermittent hulks are far from safe. It could be much worse, of course. They won't have to fight their way past Meraseed and dragons, nor is any danger the Elder Primal might be summoned again. Even so, I dare say there's still a fair few Allagan creations and contraptions remaining to bar our friend's way. I only hope the grandfather watches over them. Grandfather Louis saw watching over us from the ethereal sea. And then there's Kokol Dankol. Appreciate you doing all this, but I ain't getting me hopes up just yet. Don't worry, we got this. We got the whole team, not just us. We got our friends from Stormblood, we got our friends from Heavensward, and friends from ARR helping us right now, so we're all good. No job too small. Alphanot's resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. You deserve it now, you do. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantine and sacred relics, we only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there else we could do to be of service? You already done more than enough. If I had to say, though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allagan technology. You there, the lad with red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. He does. If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of arrangement, but proposes not to curry favor. As confident as I am we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse, and if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlene Hamlet's lousy with research as the Scarlet types busying themselves preparing for Exodus. Pah! The lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. I'm glad they're still playing this music. It's great. Well, guacamole? I shall endeavor to provide Master Kokol with whatever information you should require. I'll admit, without refined adamantite, I got a bloody clue how else I could get Aether Burner performing any better. If you lot don't come up with the goods, we're buggered. I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we're Gucci gang. Yo! One must always be learning, even during periods of rest. Sir! Your book, floaty! I don't know, well, I mean, he could be a... Wait, no, I don't think any classes have your book just float like that. I don't think so, right? I mean, it's not impossible in the world of Eorzea, or world of Final Fantasy. Fun Boy Scholar! Look how cute he looks! Super nerd. He's not just any nerd. He is the super nerd. I'm sorry, look how cute he is. Why are all bun boys so cute? I'm cogitating thoughts at the moment. Please don't interrupt me. Okay, sorry. In some animation, scholars may have their books float during spells. I have no idea. Maybe because I don't play any of them. I kind of really want to learn Sage. I think Sage looks like a really fun healing class. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually interested in learning it. Guys, I may have been lost. I made a big old circle. I may have took some time, but what matters is I'm here now. Right? Right. But sure, a simple floating spell in a book exists. True. True. Look, I get fascinated by the smallest things, please. As surprised as it was to learn the forum planned to send everyone to the moon, I can't imagine how the common folk must feel about it. Do my senses deceive me? In the shadow of yon corner. One could hope this leaded not the mischievous undertakings. You said something, Urianger? I don't mind a bit of heavy lifting, but I draw the line at paperwork. So much as to weave and sheaf of documents at me and I'll put my lance through it. Huh? I sometimes relate to Justinian. What a quaint little sentiment this is. A shame it is hidden underground. In order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they are permitted to return to the surface. I suppose it's no different than any other aspect of Charlene's society. We do love a bureaucracy. Oh my god! Bureaucracy. It's very much a mirror of the city above, which is perhaps how it came to be called Charlene Hamlet. If you want to learn Sage and have a clue on what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to watch a guide. It starts at 70, which makes his worst healer as start as. If you want to enjoy healing. Maybe I'll like do like trusts and train. Maybe I'll like train with like trusts while playing Sage. Obviously I don't want to like bother other players, so I'll just like train when I'm not like with other players. Does that make sense? Because I don't know, other healers, I get so bored healing. I don't think healing is my thing. Either I get stressed or I get bored while healing. So like, from what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down there. I don't know how many people can Halfa, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar like Monteshain mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetherite once our work is done. It's fetch quest time! I don't know, maybe if I don't know, it just looks cool. Maybe if I really am dedicated, I might get it. Who knows? I thought he was a Hrothgar at first. Helping with the Ark. Even with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the Aether burner, it's still not enough apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived. Horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and we all will be well. That's a... Well, have a nice day, Mr. Toad. Oh! Hey, Mr. Toad, you helped me! I would have missed that other person if you didn't make me turn around. Thanks, Toad buddy! I legit would have went right past this person. Thank you, Toad. Paltasan. Offering to help. That's very kind, but I should be able to reorganize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance and living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. Hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I have not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants, but I'd much prefer something small and fluffy, like that big-tatted rabbit that ran by. You'll be surprised, Paltasan. You'll be quite surprised. Search for the behatted rabbit. And where would they be? Oh, over here. Around here. The beheaded rabbit. Living way! Babies! Basatai! Hello, hello! We walking to the end? I don't know if we're gonna make it to like all the way to the end today, but we are gonna get as far as we can tonight. I did not think to like we were gonna, I think obviously it's gonna take some time because we're still on level 88. But welcome, welcome! We are walking to the end. Also, I just realized you meant end walking and you meant walking to the end. Pretend that the joke you said did not fly past my head and I actually, that I actually understood your joke. It appeared the Loprites have infiltrated Charlotte was heavily guarded facility. How? I know not. Again, do it again. That's so cute! That's so cute! Fancy meeting you here, Linella. Oh, I can't join the party apparently. Oh, right. Our fans of the forum brought us here to see their teeny tiny boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is the theories itself, though we now find ourselves sort of a funny underground, miniaturized version of it. We are hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare, they're still not ready. I suppose we'll have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urianger and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Aww, we need to pat them. Where's my pudding way, though? Oh, let me also go to the party. I'm here. Wise guides. Try as he might, Urianger cannot free himself from the Loprites. A tower labyrinthos. Unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Mr. Wade's burrow, it would be in our best interest to have Loprites acquaint themselves with those conditions, deemed optimal by their Charlian collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon the limited knowledge would risk narrowing that broadening the perspectives. Perhaps thou art better suited to lead us to this venture. What a marvelous idea! Let me begin with that great big Wotsu over yonder. Yes. The road said I shall leave as an explanation to Linella. He chuckles. Hello, friends! Please, I love them! Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics. It's positively stupendous. Perhaps we could direct our attention to its most important features. Which is where, as she sings. You may move the camera. Okay, so we're gonna look for, we're doing one of these. Oh, okay, hold on. Observe the mushroom-like thing. Are we playing find the, oh, okay, tanks? It's a little hard to see from here, but it is a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks. And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. This must be for purifying water drawn up from below. What mushroom things? Metallic tube. Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube? Must be because of those cogs and a gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see, and that's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it, too. Adventurous ambystoma? Oh my god! Wait, what the heck? You spot an ambystoma, an especially lively one at that. It appeared the concept you observed another time. Another place is a proof for life in the wider world somehow. The new shoe bill? Bro, I didn't think we were gonna see I love, ambystomas are really cute. Where in the world is the, oh, this is the mushroom-like thing. That looks like the trees in the greatest Endsvale. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, a big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced, too. Oh, now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water dropped from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity, I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest environments. For us Loperids, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Aether sometimes makes their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thanalan are built near an oasis. Areas near waterfalls are common sites of villages of Garabanya. Both are. I don't think I have a preference for any answer here. I'll just go for the waterfalls. There's no preference with the answers here. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We could provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once we calculate the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain the water in the first place. Water is our main resource. If we don't have it, we outie, we dead. Master Affinod spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loperids will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary Charlene Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed, but we could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. We were not escorted here by burly custodians. I dread to think that what would have become of us. Regrettably, too many hungry predators within the fulminated big, nasty teeth, Loperids may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Oh no! We're gonna become bunny meat for them! They're gonna be little fuzzy snacks! Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way into thy care. You can always count on me. More valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. To the water extraction boat sit. Oh, y'all vibing. Perhaps you could tell the local beasties we're not nearly as delicious as we might appear. Sure, I'm sure they'll understand. I have a fleeting way forward. It's not as clear as we like. Could you go and take a look? We'll take a look right now. Okay, just one old beastie. Oh. Well. GG. There you go, this beastie won't hurt you. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction boat is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to crisp, if it's all the same to you. Cooking Way and Living Way are safe too. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Our destination dot lie and lift the top. Pray follow me. God, this place is so big. You will need to use this lift should you wish to go to Medley's circuit. Let me know if you're headed this way. Thank you, random Elzen dude. Did we come from here? No. Holy moly, all these places, I could easily get lost in Labyrinth. No wonder they call it Labyrinthos. It's a freaking labyrinth in here. Marvelous, simply marvelous. So this is where the magical science strata takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life, artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Theos just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? I mean, I think scientifically... Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous, and I cannot wait to see more of it. I mean, I think scientifically... We're gonna learn some science today, but like... Isn't it because we were all like tiny atoms, and then we were tiny germs, and as we were evolving, we became these intelligent beings? Of course, it took thousands and thousands of years of time, but... Agricultural shock. Cookie Way is eager for a change of venue, or at least, very least, a change of what's it. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about nourishment provisions facilities. In other words, where's the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found in mineral agronomics. As I imagine Sinuwe and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, without being so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian. Yes, it sounds more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling me about. Even is incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, description cannot compare to sampling them myself. Not to mention that Theos assume me no more, so I must learn all I can while there is still time. Let us brook no further delay. Alright, so let's go with Cooking Way. Marrow Agronomics. This is the place? Yes. The heady aroma was enough to guide me here, and I spotted several of the fruit and vegetables features in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to farmers' crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Perhaps you could ask whoever's in charge if they would be willing to part with a few samples. Anyways, accompany me! Follow me, my fluffy friend! Yes! Oh, his hops! Yes, Cooking Way! Join me, my little fluffy friend! Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. I'm not the only one. We all gotta find ways to do what we do down here, up there. First on the moon, then on whichever star the form decides will become our new home. It's also sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us. But no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'd never be able to take care of every variety of flora and fauna with us. Even the ones we can take will not survive their new environment. So many species doomed to extinctions. Sorry, that's not what you can talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourselves. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So where to begin? This way? No more poly grapes. Regular grapes. Oh, wait! Wait! They're still pretty low poly, I'ma just say. Wait, they're still pretty blocky. I mean, I know they're probably a lot worse before, I'm assuming. They're still pretty low poly. The grapes still look kinda okay. Interesting. Alright, let's talk to Cooking Way. What do you think of these grapes? Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. So let's see if they're as delicious as they look. So sweet, so sour. The taste is much like a ripe philosopher carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. The contrast between our outer skin and fruit within is most peculiar. Though far from unpleasant, yes, I think I'll try another. Aw, enjoy those grapes. They're better before the change. I know, we need the low poly grapes back. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, but though in far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of the grapes? I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice. I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice budge. Meh. Something the Azim would do. Brave a volcano for them. Ah, yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And what I read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping onto them into making intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes for the time being. On to the next treat. Oranges! Come here. Let's try orange together. Orange by the name, orange by the nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's... Equal parts sweet and sour as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urianger about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter. It's all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual on their own personal preferences. Now I see why we all turn new noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation, let no one say I said otherwise. But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in the field over there. Okay, what else they got here? I don't know. Oh, we got pumpkins? Pumpkins! What color, that texture? Are they some sort of enormous round carrots? Nope. No, in any case, proper nomenclature is less of concern than the taste. Well, it's so hard and flavorless. I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. That all but confirms it. These are nothing but more than misbegotten failures, masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense to try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself. What's more, it brought us the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. And perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I wonder if there's anything else even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? The yellow fruit. Over here? Are they pears? I think so. Or the mangoes. Mangoes are even better. Come here. A wondrous fragrance, with luck I'll have flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. Oh no, are they lemon? My tongue! Is this poison? Oh, they're lemons, aren't they? A lemon! You mean it's supposed to taste like this? How could something so similar to an orange be so revolting? It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I'd best call the end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges, less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. And there was a lemon, the deceiver. I feel so violated. First time was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth in more ways than one, so I'll give this lemon muffin I baked. It doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. More lemon? Have I not suffered enough? Nevertheless, it would be reminiscent for me to spurn this opportunity to... Bit of sick came up there, I learned more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. Dot dot dot. This is... delicious! Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it completes with the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I would never guess the wild bitterness being utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it's a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of resources at our disposal. Sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the forum agonizer are what was worth preserving, what will be consigned to history. Hard choices. But make them we must if we were to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Aww. Mankind. The Lopwards, who were both born from accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn of the nature of the sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements just for survival, it would inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall. For perfection is an unattainable ideal, 'tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They paid no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often became the architect of their own demise, their dreams for forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make most of it. And I agree, Cooking Way. It is our imperfections that make us so beautiful. It's what makes us so humane. It's what makes us be what we are, you know? We're not meant to be perfect. If life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins! Pardon my Ocean, but what of the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? Cooking Way at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many Aetherius species possible, if you're up to the challenge. Yes, of course. I look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive, probably. Let's go and see what Urianger and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? No. To be, when life gives you lemons, you make lemon muffins. That's so cute. I like that. Maybe that should be a new quote. That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know any other places famed for their cuisine? The Linsula means is home of Culinary's Guild and many less savory establishments. Far East is oodles of noodles. I mean, I would like variety, not just noodles, so I mean the Culinary Guild would probably be the better place. But that had time to visit. The more I learn at theaters, the more I wish you could spare from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. You know, the more I'm hearing from the Lopwards, the more I'm struggling to believe that Heidelin would ever cause harm. I started to think about it, and while I was editing my older videos, I was thinking, was it really Heidelin's voice I should be worried about? Or obviously Medion is our main. Medion's obviously the main one we should be like afraid of. They're gonna end the world. That's like, no matter what, they're gonna try to end the world, you know? But I was thinking, I'm thinking we need to talk to Heidelin as soon as we can. We definitely gotta talk to Heidelin as soon as we freaking can. And then we will fight Medion, I'm assuming. Sage Council. Urianger appears to be telling the Lopwards in preparation for an imminent departure. Lunella, I trust thy time and Meryl Agronomics did. Bear fruit. Did you just try to make a dad joke? Excuse me, you did not just cough and make a random dad joke. Urianger, look at me. You did not just make a dumb dad joke at me. Did the Meryl Agronomics did bear fruit? I can't. Urianger is so funny. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubts our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Less time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlotte and Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every lockbird there. Should further questions within my power answer arise. Aww. What's wrong, Growing Way? I'm too lazy to walk there. Take me! I'm assuming this OST is playing in the back. Like, it's still playing because while we're running these quests, it's kind of like reminding us that our friends from Stormblood, our friends from Heavensward, and our friends from Gridania are... I feel like it's kind of... This OST kind of goes with the flow of them doing what they're doing to help us out while we're doing our part to play... of helping everything out. If that makes sense. I don't know, it adds to that feel. Yes, Lunello, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aether's at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all your forests like that? The Black Shard is quite leafy indeed, a place of utmost tranquility. They're verdant at least. The trees of Gervania stand particularly proud. You should see the forest of the first. One was purple. Oh god. The first, but like... But they're talking about Aether, I don't want to confuse them. The trees of Gervania. Black Shroud. I wonder if I would respond with the Black Shroud, because that would be more nostalgic for me as a Gridanian. Man, I haven't been to Gridania in a while either, but Black Shroud would be more nostalgic for her. Ugh, gasp I say. The star is so wonderful. It comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise. To assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous it seemed to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Nonsense. Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Dad! Dad cred! How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here. Despite news of coming to the end, we have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people are worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurried to complete their work, equally aware that single error could be the difference between life and death, and we could hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to the people? I'm honored that you would think me as so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. 'Tis a good place as any. Come. Okay. Hello, troubled researcher. You look like most NPCs. Hold on. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that is the sum of decades of Charlotte ingenuity. That it's built with a peerless alligator technology is all true, but... I know that none of that's a guarantee. We never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown into the great expanse, while the testing run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo aboard the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent it from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aetherbird's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell to regulate the environment. What if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we left the stars? Aha! Gravitation! Maybe it could be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down there, you see. The same rules apply. And if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places... Growing ways helping out. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. I think so too, Urianger. Yet if Thanker's tale be true, still others will benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loppers to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There's naught we like more than to ease the hearts of fine people with ears. And learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions to bring them hither. Lunella, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of a succor. Pray seek out the distressed apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable operate. Gotcha. Oh, I do so look forward to that. Place every Loppert and every Loppert in their place. Yeah, I most likely will not read these. Oh, she's so happy though. I wonder what... Wait, now I'm actually... Wait, never mind. I kind of want to read. I want to know what made her so happy. Oh, look at all of them with their Loppert buddies. Look at them. Aww. All the Lopperts are working. They're all happy. Look at all the nerds coming together. I love them. Behold, Lunella. Through thine efforts, word has spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily to a far greater number than we anticipated. Living we doth gather more Lopperts as we speak. I shall assign each to accordance with their skills, and new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee. Aww. I think we're gonna be just fine.
so much in, well, in forever.
I haven't heard your voice in a while too, Loving Way.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
Who wouldn't be excited to see these little fluff balls?
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
Sleeping Way is our pilot? Damn, we're doomed.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure their personality traits makes it obvious.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger.
With your Urianger?
Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to
Papalimo. You didn't say Yida. Well, I mean, I think Yida's important. I know she shouldn't be mentioned then. Oh, hello.
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wait, are these who I think they are?
Wilson and Blovida. Charlian's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic. And Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh, I kind of forgot about the whole thing that Urianger was having it so hard. He wasn't able to talk to them. Ah, this is gonna be hard to watch.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in...
I've never seen Urianger so nervous in my life. Oh, Urianger's not ready.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
No, that's what he was scared of. Please, Blovida. Oh. Oh.
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years.
Wait, they're such nice parents. No, they're so nice. They were concerned for him. He was so worried.
She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you.
No, Urianger.
Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say, knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Oh, he's shaking.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others.
This scene broke me. I think seeing someone who you know isn't like as emotional, or like obviously Urianger has emotions, when you see someone who's typically always calm and they're always like trying to be cool, just seeing them suddenly be weak and break down, that's when you start to like feel for them so much too. You knew how much Urianger, we all knew like how much Urianger was like carrying that like pain with Moonbrita. I always say I wish we had more time with her in ARR because I think I would have loved her character even more than I did. It's weird that we're liking her more now than we did like in the beginning when we were actually experiencing time in ARR. Man, she's such a cool, nicely designed road too. I really like how she looked too. But man, Urianger. Oh yeah, this scene, I was like, he's shaking and everything. He did not know. The dialogue he said too, where he says about not even like, no matter how much like good English, old English or poetry I read, I had no idea what to say at that moment. Oh my god, Urianger. That and the fact that they were just as worried about him as their daughter, right? Could you believe they weren't resenting him for at all? They wanted to make sure he was okay. Because they knew how much Moonbrita meant for him.
Our Moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping. No matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better.
No wonder Urianger loves her so much. Oh my gosh, she's like they're like opposites. Like, she's definitely like, she pulled him out and poked him a lot, and he was like, he probably was annoyed by it at first, but he actually genuinely enjoyed someone like taking interest in them and just being such a good friend. Oh, that's the best kind of friendship pairings ever.
I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting.
Yeah, oh my god.
But she only ever had the best of intentions.
No, I think he knew deep down inside her that despite her being annoying, how much she cared.
Now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
They're proud of him! No, we're all proud of Urianger.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
Urianger love time! All the love for Urianger.
I think I can feel her too.
Oh.
The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing.
True. There's so many mysteries to this world.
And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
That was some unexpected feels thrown in. I didn't think they were gonna throw in some feels right here. Hello, Bluita. Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you all was too short, but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger is too, I'm sure. It does really feel better for knowing that he has good friends to look after him. See that he has come home from time to time, will you? The classical Rogadan language isn't so different from Eosian. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? Moon's Bride? Is that her name? When I first held her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed to glow. I knew I had chosen her, that she would be a beacon of that self-same light. Of course, we'd rather later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for a son instead, with how bright and stubborn she was. Fairy as my moon breeder was, she was always kind and gentle. Moon's Bride? That was her name this whole time? I didn't know! We spent so long gazing at the star, wondering and hoping, but to be here now to walk among the people, be part of their lives and know what we made a difference, it's so much more than I ever dreamed. I assure you that my fellow Roberts are equally excited to have this opportunity. They were humming the whole way here. Goodness me, I've never felt like there was too little time before. There's so many people to talk to, so many things to learn. I was so busy asking questions about APS that I never thought to ask more about Urianger. I'd like to, but where would I begin? Take your time. Let conversations just slowly come up. I'm sure Urianger would talk to you. Oh, Vanilla. Be assured that I am fine. I am. Feel glad to see them too, after so very long. Gladder still that it wasn't your company, as difficult as it was to accept their kindness. Should have been far harder that I faced them alone. I'm running out of space in my inventory. All the love for Urianger. He gets all the hugs. Urianger. No, Urianger, you deserve everything. Oh gosh. I realize I have so many stuff. Hold on. Let me sort my stuff. You know what? I'll temporarily put it purple. We'll see. You know what? I'll see later on what I'll do with it. For now, it's gonna be purple. Dark purple. Looks good with their eyes. Okay. Okay. Let's try to get the rest of the gear. We'll see what I'll do afterwards. Hither and yarns. The Paulo anxiety where Charlie and Hamlet has thinned to be more manageable levels. Ahem. Thou hast my gratitude for lending courage to the Loperates. Not disposed to rest on their laurels, several of our guests have elected to accompany my countrymen to their stations. Some of you may still come hither seeking counsel, and so shall I remain to aid them as need be. If thou art need to be elsewhere, do not let me detain thee. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you might check on Alice. Last I saw, she was struggling to carry an enormous pile of boxes out the west gate. Could go myself, but don't know whose help she's less likely to scorn. Not to mention that, much to my misfortune, I can think of several other things I ought to be doing. Until later. I'm gonna see my daughter LSA then? You know what, actually the purple might go with my dress, or the weapon I mean. Yeah, I think the purple looks good. I want the rest of the outfit though. It's a little funky not having everything, and I hope the hat actually looks decent. They always give the funkiest hats for bards, I don't know why. Or hats in general are just always so weird. Also, just checkpointing and saying thank you to everyone who is just chilling, chit-chatting with me, and lurking with me. I appreciate every single one of you lovely lights for joining me on the adventure. I know right now there isn't any like strong lore points going on and just like more in-between questline stuff, but I still appreciate y'all for joining me, so thank you. Oh, there's something squealing from here. Alice! It is I! Child! Manila, what are you doing out here? No, I don't mind if you help me with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Well, I appreciate the assistance. We need to get those to Aporia. Time is short, of course. But they're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alpha should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. Deliver the crate of samples to Alphadod? Oh, we got 3 minutes? Shouldn't be that bad, right? We can make it in 3 minutes. That shouldn't be that hard. It's not even that far. Just gotta go the shortcut. She's carrying... Oh, running into the purple through the lavender fields is quite nice. We're almost there. See, we should make it within 3 minutes. It's only been 2 minutes. What the heck? Or already been 1 minute. I mean, not 2 minutes. So I was like, what the heck? See, no biggie. I am here. Oh, you're helping with the crates. Wonderful. He can put that there with the others. I actually put the box through his head. Yeah, my gratitude. But how'd you come to be involved in this? Ah, then I suppose I have to thank Thanker to thank as well. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Aporia to begin with, so was I. Turns out this is a base of operations of sorts. Those of final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. Oh, I thought there were like, I thought the box like jumping or something. That should be everything. You carried all that at once? Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush, they're lighter than they look. Not everyone has your delicate arms. Ooh, put him in his place, Alice. I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. The Theofold Inn is the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? You should get credit for your assistance, at least. Considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting. Alice, Alpha, you're just gonna take that? Alice is absolutely 10 times stronger than you. Gods, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We bought samples of Charlotte Hamlet. Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Oh, thank you. I'd expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Fortunat's children, are you not? Alfred and Alice at your service. We are well acquainted with father, I take it. Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at Studium. I remember when you were ye-high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly it's been quite some time since we met. 'Tis good to see you again, wielding your father's knowledge, no less. You knew our parents when they were young. What were they like? Pray spare no detail. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and rooms of paperwork want for submission. We can help with that. In exchange for the sort of short stories our parents have never willingly divulged, of course. Very well then. There happen to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Wait, right here. Okay, so we all got a document. You'll find a foreign representative waiting to collect these near the southernmost structure. I hope I haven't kept her waiting too long. Never mind, Alpha and Alice say. I'm certain they'll be back soon enough. Okay. So give her a document right here. Oh, no. Give it right here. Are you not one of the Scions of Seven Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Aether Burner. Listen, things happen. I'm doing this too. The Theopon's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us, but I sincerely hope you Scions succeed. Oh, she's one of the people that voted for us! The Exodus is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum. And so we must circumspect all the respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Charlene has never been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones stemming your pursuit to the truth. Wow! She must have been really one of the people who voted for us during that time. Quick and efficient. I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only needed to be delivered elsewhere in the facility, so they should be returning any moment. We return, without a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons, you will note. You both have my thanks, and my apologies for sending you on an errand for far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe you struggled out of your swaddling clothes end. And that's quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we asked to hear. To reiterate. That's adorable. Of course. I've known your father for so long. Must have something, Well, as you know, part of why the level your name garners such respect in Charlian is your family's storied history. You two can trace your ancestry directly to those who came aboard the Nunkref's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. It is why Nunkref's pronouncement to renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason has never been our family's creed. Until our grandfather's time, Archon Louis Swall looked not into Nunkref's words, but his deeds. He asserted the defiance of his peers in choosing to save the great and the small from rising tides was a true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps it was expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations, that led him to conclude that the eschew of conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to its doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well. Indeed, Archon Louiso lived by that personal creed, and used every means at his disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one loved and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunato could not reconcile Louiso's deeds with the philosophy of the forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Fortunato agonized over his contradiction for much of his life. Gods, father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. It's not always thus. Gods know Fortunato's cranky old goat, so I'm sure you butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day, and that is not an exaggeration in the slightest. You should have seen him when you were born. Barely recognizable he was, with the kind, dumbfounded grin I had not seen him since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he decided that that a given action that is for the best, he will stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. A profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, I'm sure you will agree. Aww, Fortnite lover your loves his baboos. I'm pretty sure he loves him just as much as Emily's. Oh, say! Thank you for your insight. When we next meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. I need the form on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure the specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Aw, that's cute to know that Fortnite lover Yor does care for his children, though. Hail, you three! Oh! Graha! Surely Coco hasn't driven you out of his forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has sent me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could use at least one of you, but I won't object to more. Fortunately, Alisaya and I have prior commitments, and we have delayed too long as is. What about you, Lunella? Can you spare the time? I'm free, I guess. Perfect. This shouldn't take too long. 3 slots remaining in my inventory. Alright, let me get the next item, too. Once forged, a specific task awaits you. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and onto my lap, Master Coco wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames of Coco's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of aether being funneled to the furnaces. The flow of fire aspect to Aether in Labyrinthus is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part then. We'll see you in Charlie and Hamlet once the adamantite revives, if not before. This way then. So we gotta go meet Graha over here. Are we running ahead on Bird? Why not Bird? Bird is at the reactor's house with this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and justify Aether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspect Aether will issue from the vent at the top. I expect this to attract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself, trust me. Can I ask that you put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you to little trouble, I'm sure. wait here if he would. Oh. Speak with Graha. Oh, right, I have to wait. Oh, he's over here? Oh. What? Where'd these come from? Oh. Oh. There we go. Survey the designated area? Where is the designated area? Here? Oh! Why did it take some time to show up? Did everything go smoothly out here? I thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. And the water ether appears to be venting properly. I expect Koko will have seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important. Really something I've been considering. Part of this I shared with everyone, yet you and only you have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alag, of the Empire's twilight years in fact. It was a material which saw much use as part of Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world, Dalamud, of course being the most prominent. Of those who push further will expand Allag's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above. Perhaps the greatest was his infamous technologist, Amon. Amon! Amon wanted to travel the Sea of Stars. Did he remember his life as Hermes? I want to ask both of them, but let's just go for it. Did he remember his life as Hermes by any chance? I believe it had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. Perhaps his soul is just a weary wanderer. He's just a weary wanderer's soul. That's how he is in general, maybe. He only joined the Astians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. If not his memory, though, what drove him to pursue the idea with such fervor? This may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak? A natural disposition towards which they are inclined. That's what I think too, Graha. Maybe that's just how he is. His soul is just a natural wanderer, someone constantly looking for something. Maybe that's just how he truly is. We know that with the relative certainty that it was the gross decadence and the inexorable decline of Alag that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Xande. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their hearts. In facilitating Xande's return, Amon provided these languid souls the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Xande been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Amon's desire for his countrymen to conquer the heavens could only be a means to the same end, to instill the people with a new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Amon was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. And both of them sought that meaning, that hope, in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. And I think you're on the right track, though. Ultimately, it is a consequence of their actions that matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet... To reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond, The promise of hope everlasting. That much I do understand. But enough musing for now. Why don't we see how KOTO is heading on? Oh! Well, looky. I straight up thought, oh my god, I straight up thought this was like Lucy, and she got a blue dress on, and I was so confused for a second there. This is a whole nother bun. She's pretty though, but this is a completely different bun. Oh, there's an aether current here. Let's see what Graha says. I did thoroughly brief KOTO on refined Adamantine's history. I only volunteered to go to the reactor because it's finished and there was little else to do. Hopefully that dispels my misapprehensions that I was kicked out for prattling on. Oh, the bun has joined me. We're matching outfits, I just realized. Yeah, it literally is the old dress style. I don't even remember getting this in the Heaven's Order or anything. I can feel those flames ablazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha, but there's not much left for you lot to do. Unless you conjure up that refined adamantine any faster. Don't worry. I got you, I'll help ya. It'll work out, I promise. Chandra headgear, yeah, and an aether current, okay. I do trust to deliver your promise, I do, only. I hate waiting! I want the adamantine, I want it now! Well, share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish, this isn't about unbearable. Pity the forum frowns on the recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it wasn't premeditated, get you gone, I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose you should go and return the key to the reactor. Have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. Certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Charlene Hamlet anon. Well, I guess we wait at the destination. At the Charlene oh, that's why you guys are the Charlene Hamlet. Well, thanks. Await my companions. And this bun girl that's matching with me.
All set, I take it?
Y'shtola!
We finished what we could. Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals. Trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
OMG, Estinian. Ugly cries to see Estinian.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperates, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have for the most part been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphano, are you there? It's me, Cryle. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Oh. What's this?
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholars Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed.
Oh no, have they finally got to the island? Has the final days finally reached the island?
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Whoa, why frames seem funky? What's happening? Oh my gosh! It's our peoples!
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these
Shut it,
without
Karen
the proper
Lala!
permits.
No one cares!
By the 12th? Surely, these can't all
It's
be...
our friends! Look at all of them here to help!
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air.
We weren't joking, Coco Dunkel.
In these crates.
We weren't joking when we got friends to help. We got friends to help.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Aww.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where
not
credit
these
is
two
due.
again. Oh my god.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamon shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance.
GG, you went to the
I played
entrance.
a vital role in keeping a lookout whilst our expeditionary forces secured the adamantite.
GG, Manila No Brain. You went to
Left
the
you outside
entrance.
so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due. You did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
I love this new friendship between Sicker and Emanella No Brain.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock!
Hancock? And Saraban?
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of the Kojin. Upon learning of your need, Bunchin bade me deliver it on behalf of the Blue with all haste.
Thanks, Soroban.
Fearing I could not swim here with the necessary speed, however, I thought to beg our Confederate allies for aid. To my delight, Hancock was already preparing for departure at the selfsame port, and had space for additional cargo.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time. Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino.
Oh yeah, I forgot Hancock does swim. He's a businessman, so. The last time Alphinaud kind of done goofed in Stormblood too, spending so much on a katana.
Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
Nice.
We funded the venture. When?
Wink.
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending.
Well.
when it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement.
Am I so glad to see you?
Has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Excuse me?
Mother!
Yo, wait, what?
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full.
No, wait, this whole time? Mama Levailleur? Wow, Mama Levailleur's a baddie!
We can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be a shame to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
Fortnite can't even do anything anymore.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Trial! I got so excited. So excited to see Aaron. Wait, hold up. Aaron, first of all, Button Boy hype, but how the heck did he get involved?
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
Oh, I thought this is Aaron will just someone who does what he can because what he's paid for. He actually went out of that and did that for the Scions. Oh my god. He said, I may not get paid enough, but just this once. For you Scions, I will do a little bit more. Or he has his reasoning. His reasoning was to discover more. I get it. At the end of the day, he's doing something for himself. But still, I love Aaronville. I love him so much.
To make a long story short, the whole of the guildship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Whoa! And it's our Scion. Oh,
what's this about a ship that can fly to the moon? And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
Wait, isn't this the Final Fantasy XII music? Now that I'm actually streaming 12.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought Adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud Shard.
Since I'm actually streaming 12, I can... This is the main theme of 12. I didn't recognize it before because I never played the game. Oh, it's because Sid was a part of the Ibalus raids.
Some consternation upon first receiving Kryle's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshires, treasure hunters, not least among them.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here.
Does Razat Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you.
Aww.
Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Sommer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ajdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Hrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion.
We're getting help from the dragons?
My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well." Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
Yes, we need all the help from you. Thank you, Nidana.
Bugger me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent.
14! Gasps! Like the game. Gasps!
Think of how far we could go! What we could do with that much power! What we could blow up!
Sir?
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Now give us what we actually want. We did our part. Now you do yours. Oh, come on. You said you're a man of your word. Oh, Fortnite.
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Oh. He lifted his brows. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Then I will bear it with you.
That's so much. What?
I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
Oh.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst.
No, I wait. No more fur around for Fortnite. He is Soft Man's Fortnite now. Fine, I'll call your actual name now. Fortunate. Fortunate Levayor just wants... Oh, just big softy. Grumpy Man's a big softy.
'Twas love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great exodus would succeed, must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children.
I love Fortunate Levayor. Everyone kept saying that he always had everything he did it to protect his children. Oh, this whole time he wasn't trying to be a mean parent. From the beginning of like 5.55 when he got first introduced to us. And our impression of him then, my impression of him then. Now I warmed up to him. And obviously, after hearing what everyone has been saying about him. Aww.
A naive hope. But stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Cartano. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream.
He smiled!
You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
They almost died plenty of times, so yeah. And they got yeeted to another dimension, or another star for 2 years. They've grown.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels.
Wait, that hits me though. That means they're mentally 2 years older too, of course, that means. So they have grown and learned a lot.
Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures.
Expose him! Expose him, Mama Levayor! Was only 1 year, don't worry. Oh, I thought it was like, I thought theirs was 2 years. Is it not? Was someone else got the 2 years? Oh, I wasn't worried about anything. I just thought like, oh, they're mentally, they aged a year or two. I forgot.
Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to.
Amelians.
back to serious Fortnite.
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
Thancred was 6 years, Urianger Yashtola was 2 to 3, I think, and Alfie Ali was just about a year. Oh, okay. Theirs wasn't as bad. Thancred definitely had it the worst. Dang.
I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular.
Me. I did it. I encouraged them.
I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today.
I'm a bad influence, what could I say?
In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
Always. Anything for these BBs.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
I mean, yeah, they kind of had a whole emotional family moment in the middle of all this, and everyone's just staring.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here after all.
Oh. They're playing the Wolves theme! They're playing the Wolves theme! This theme I love with my heart! Lend us your strength. Our moment of triumph is close at hand. With me! Screw it. All of you with me! Please join me!
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
I'm so happy they played that. I'm sorry, that definitely, I know it's not called the Wolves theme. I know the name title of that song is not called the Wolves theme. But how can you look at me and tell me that does not sound like the Wolves theme? They played that in numerous times throughout each expansion. They played that. They played that song so many times, I swear. I thought it hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos. Not only proves you got our money's worth. Back to cold. Forgot it gets cold here. I apologize for not informing you earlier of Aramil's involvement. He was something of a contingency plan. Thank goodness we had him and his fellow gleaners at hand, though. It would have been monstrously difficult to locate, sit, and transport the Hunnish delegation here otherwise. No, I was really happy to see Aramil again. Thank you for surprising me. I had no idea how massive a weight it was until he lifted it off my shoulders. But more importantly, his words are an affirmation of the path we walk is the right one. A part of me might have been satisfied. Oh, I did not read that part. Come what may, I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the Ironworks will do with the ship. But I have never seen another crate again. It will be too soon. Estidian, the time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Y'shtola? Lee sent a letter along with Gridania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid the Adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as is getting into Dalamud Shard as is reaching its depths. I suspect she will have a few kind words to say about the Elegant when next we meet. Unaided, we Scions could never have gathered such a bounty. Refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. Oh, let me see what Alice says again, actually. A part of me might have been satisfied as long as my family and friends survived the final days. But to save the star is what we all want the most. If those same people have believed that I can help see it done, who am I to say otherwise? Oh, okay, I'm actually glad I reread that. She said such an important line. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which leaves the rest of the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, the father has issued to us an invitation. As we agreed, he will reveal the names by which Heidelin may be contacted. We ought to meet him at Poria when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the forum's method for speaking with her is not without risks. I'm curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived at the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataru. We're off to Poria then. Oh wow, this is it. We're actually gonna see Heidelin soon. I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of cutscenes that we'll get through. And that is the case. Let me see what it, well, let's see. Vanilla, I've already shown the others inside. You want to speak with Caroline? She has the key to the lift. I can send you down after me. Okay. You are Master Fortunato, yes. Step inside the lift here. And we're going to the lower levels. I'm nervous, I don't know why. This place is huge as heck. From here we proceed to the Heart of Labyrinthos and its most closely guarded secret, Thomasin. It marks the beginning and the end of our efforts, once we delve to seek the audience of the star, and once we will embark on our journeys to the heavens. This way, if you please. The journey to the heavens. The entrance of Thomasin. Dang, we're actually doing this. Oh, an automatic cutscene. Whoa. I bid you welcome to Thomasin. Direct your attention towards the center to behold the arc over which we have long labored. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the trust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on the freight capacity. The Aether Burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with intense fervor. They are sure to see it done, trusted by their expertise that many a prior disaster has been averted. If anything, I feel they will not afford us much time for speaking with Heidelin, ere they finish. Point taken. Let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of her device, the treat with her is not a simple feat. I think he said trip with her, but I said treat with her. Oh my god. I want to talk to everyone again. Hold on. Okay. Let me talk to everyone to get their opinions. I'm gonna talk to the twins last, though. We must learn of Heidelin's greater plan. We can only hope that she also knows the current location of Medion. And we could do neither if we do not focus on whatever trial awaits us within. Trial? Wait! Is there gonna be a trial? Wait, hold on, hold on. She said whatever trial awaits within. I don't know if oh god, there's a trial? Wait. I sure hope not. I sure hope not. If meeting Heidelin proves difficult even for the forum, then perhaps oh, 'tis an uninformed idea at this phase, I'm afraid. I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. I doubt this is what Irma meant when he said there are remnants we did not know. But I still can't believe everything that was hidden underneath the city this entire time. It was the Allegans who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into revolutionary discipline. Given that the ship is nothing short of a technological marvel in the precise vein, Allegan salvage should suit it well. Twould seem enchantments most advanced have been woven into ship's very bones. Wilson and Blovita were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. She's under here. She's waiting. I can well imagine the zeal with which they are working with the Aether Burner. All I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do with other than get in their way. Once it's ready, we'll see that the ship is put to good use. Alphanod? To think how many generations labored for this to end, and that we aim higher still. We must spare no preparation, and that means speaking with Heidelin no matter the cost. This is gonna be a serious cutscene, I feel. This is very important. I gotta look my best for Mother. Can I, like... Oh, I can't glamour here. I wanna look my best. Let me talk to Fortnite, hold on. I've done what I can to press upon the gravity what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Am I? Wait, what? Why is he red? Quest not available? Wait, what? Thank you all for joining me on stream today. Thank you so much to every single one of you who joined me on stream. I was not expecting that. I honestly think it's fine that it stopped me there though. Yeah. Okay, I actually like the level 88 quests. I thought it was only gonna be fetch quests, it was gonna be boring and the cutscenes were not gonna be that interesting or anything, but actually there were some good emotional moments thrown in, so I'm quite happy about that. But yes, as always, whatever it is for you, day or night, make sure to drink your water, take care, and bye-bye!